After the first night, they don't matter. I search for one much better. She emotional like she been battered, but this shit just don't add up. I'm subtracting my feelings when the pills pop. I'm ill and cut my phone.
Yo, what's up, fight fans? It's your man 3K the Boss, aka Mr. Two Hands Up. You know what it is, man. Coming to y'all today to talk to y'all about more boxing breaking news, giving y'all more of my personal views and opinions and what I feel as though is going on in the boxing world. And you know what I'm saying, we just gonna kick it how the way we kick it. So let's get right into it. All right, as of 6 hours ago, via the Journal, PBC boxer Gervonta Tank Davis is accused of assault at a DC area shopping mall. Me being from the DMV, Maryland representing, you know what I'm saying, this is news that, you know what I'm saying, I want to get out first, considering I got that Maryland flag right to my back, man. So let's talk about Tank. Hopefully it's not true, and hopefully he can continue, you know what I'm saying, prospering in his career, and we can see bigger and better fights for him, and this won't stand in his way. So I'm going to go get into that. I'm going to share, you know what I'm saying, the news with y'all, and then, you know what I mean, y'all can just hit me on the comments, on the dialogue, and what y'all feel as though, you know what I'm saying, this man is doing, if he's fucking off his career, if he's heading in the right direction, or if this man just got the wrong people around the man, and Al Heyman just need to do a better job of advising the people that are advising him, because something ain't right. Because as of this time last year, I believe, or the year before last, Tank had another, you know what I'm saying, assault charge. I don't know if it's already went through, or I don't know if he's still fighting it, but you know what I'm saying, I think that it's a problem for Tank when he come home, him being the big star where he's at, and the fact that, in your hometown, you know what I'm saying, and in the streets, you know what I mean, wherever you at, when you got success and people sat in the same classrooms as you, rode on the same bus as you or whatever, they see you making money and they not getting the type of money you got, but had every opportunity, they hate on your drive or whatever, so they'll try to bring that type of venomous attitude and point that in your direction, because people hate on success, you know what I mean? So let's just go ahead and jump right into that. Mr. Two Hands Up, you know what it is. All right, champion boxer, excuse me, accused of assault in the DC area shopping mall, McLean, Virginia, AP, a Baltimore boxer who's World Boxing Association champion at the 130-pound, 58.9 kilogram category, is accused of assaulting someone at a shopping mall near Washington, D.C. News outlets report Fairfax County Police announced Tuesday that a warrant has been issued for Gervonta Davis. Lieutenant John Lieb, I think that's how you pronounce his name, says the misdemeanor assault warrant is based on a sworn testimony from the alleged victim on the February 17th incident. So, considering that it's March the 3rd and dude getting at it on February 17th, it's kind of strange to me that you just now bringing it up. Are you clout chasing? Are you out to get a little bit of bread? Was you doing bad, brother? And if it's true, you know what I'm saying, no harm, no foul, you know what I mean? I do have, you know what I'm saying, respect, empathy, and sympathy for victims out there of domestic violence or any assault or whatever it is you're going through. I got respect for it. You know what it is. So let me continue where I left off. Lieb says the police may have multiple attempts to contact the boxer by telephone, but haven't received a response. Police say the 24-year-old started a confrontation and then assaulted the unidentified man near the ATM in Tyson's Corner, or Tyson's Galleria. You know what I'm saying? Everybody from Maryland knows Tyson's Corner is one of the best, you know what I'm saying, spots to go out and shop, more of the high-end area where you can catch more of your, your European designer fashion, so, and etc. A representative for Davis says he has no immediate comment, but the super featherweight addressed TMZ Sports report about the incident by tweeting, "Lies, lies, lies." And that's all we have on Gervonta Davis. Gervonta being from the city, being from, Baltimore Murderland is what, you know what I'm saying, they called it. Baltimore, Maryland, for people that don't know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying? It's a trap, you know what I'm saying? It's a very beautiful city, the downtown Ann Arbor, it's a lot of nightlife, a lot of clubs, more kind of like, you know what I'm saying, Amsterdam's red light district. It's pretty much one of those cities, you know what I'm saying, you get anything you want, and a lot of people, political and, you know, just civil alike. They just like to go, you know what I'm saying, have they fun down there, whatever, you know what I'm saying. As I said about Tyson's Corner, it's kind of crazy that he would get into something up there, because that's like the area where people from Maryland consider, you know what I'm saying, more you know what I'm saying, your hipsters, more your people that got bread or a little bit more money to go and shop. So it's more of a professional, more nice area, you know what I'm saying, where you go away from the static. So him being in Tyson Corner, I'll give Tank, you know what I'm saying, the credit for using the mentality of anybody from, you know what I'm saying, that's a Maryland or a DMV native. For people that don't know, that's DC, Maryland, and Virginia, you know what I'm saying, we all in one. DMV 301-443, what up? You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, he definitely took himself to the, you know what I'm saying, proper area to try to shop. So I feel like if he got into something there, I feel like whoever's, you know what I'm saying, brought the static, try to bring that energy to him. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that he can't act out in Tyson Corner, but it's not an area that, you know what I'm saying, you really go to flex your muscle. I mean, who you gonna flex it on? You know what I'm saying? Like, people, you know what I'm saying, people from the streets ain't really in Tyson's Corner unless you just ran into somebody from that area that, you know what I'm saying, from the old neighborhood that you got a problem with, and y'all just got cracking right there. So I really don't see him really showing out, acting the fool there. And if it's true, you know what I'm saying, like I said, Al Heyman, who is his advisor at the PBC, whoever he has advising him, they really need to get on the ball on, you know what I'm saying, getting this man out of the limelight. And another thing I see that, you know what I'm saying, Gervonta gets himself in trouble with a lot is getting on that live, you know what I'm saying, those live feeds and stuff like that. I know it's the thing, you know what I'm saying, for youngins like us to do or whatever, you know, but live gets you in trouble a lot. You know, every time I see him on live, I see him putting a lot of bad food in his body, and we know that it took him 3 attempts last time to, you know what I'm saying, get his weight right for, you know, before he caught that, you know what I mean, that first round knockout of the guy that came up 2 divisions to fight him. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I see him putting a lot of bad food in his body and surrounding himself with girls that didn't have anything good going for him in the previous relationship before. You know what I'm saying? Thoughts, you like to call them, hoes, you know what I'm saying, freaks, you know what I'm saying, thought pockets, however you want to call them, you know what I'm saying. That's what I see him involved with. A lot of low class women, and, you know what I'm saying, putting a lot of nasty things in his body, nothing that's conducive to his success, the success train that he's riding on, being, you know what I'm saying, Floyd Mayweather being his promoter, him being a part of the money team. And one thing we know about Floyd Mayweather, Floyd always keep his health intact. He do what he's supposed to do, don't put no drugs in his body, and always surround himself with, you know what I'm saying, his day one, his Michigan crew, and keep that shit all the way official with the Gun Rule Michigan family. So, you know, Tank, you know what I'm saying, you know what I mean? I'm not the biggest PBC level, but I got respect for the fighters that really are doing their thing. And like I said, I got respect for any fighter who gets in the ring. This is a gladiator sport. People lose their lives in it. People don't come back right in it after their career's over. And you know what I'm saying? It's not there. There's no guarantee that there's going to be a tomorrow every time you step in that ring. So, you know, Tank, I got a lot of respect for you. You got a lot of upsides. You come from the city. You know what I'm saying? You from my home. You know what I mean? You from my home area. You know what I'm saying? Like, we done came up off the same meals, entertainment as far as movies is concerned, the same type of music, you know what I mean, that same Blue Crab, you know, Inner Harbor love, you know what I'm saying, like all of that Galleria love, like everything, you know what I'm saying. I'm 100% Maryland to my core. As you can see, like I said, I keep that 301 to the back of me, so you know what I'm saying, so I know I'm never at a loss. So Tank, man, just keep positive people around you, man. Sit down, you know, your family member, mother, father, they always gonna put it in perspective, so you doing the right thing. So I know, you know what I'm saying, as long as you putting your money in the right place and your team is in the right place, you know, we can minimize these things from happening. Nobody's gonna go unscathed through life. Everybody's gonna bump into a problem. But right or wrong, it's how we handle those problems that's gonna determine whether you got that light at the end of the tunnel or you're gonna run into a roadblock before you get there. So shouts out to Tank. I hope that, you know what I'm saying, you can go through, you know what I'm saying, this, and you'll get through it. Okay, now on to more news. Dillian Whyte has been in big talks with Bob Arum, Top Rank, and ESPN, being the big sports machine that they are, and probably pretty much the biggest sports machine in the world. They are trying to lure Dillian Whyte, and I wouldn't even have to say lure, because they pretty much got him in that direction. Looks like Dillian Whyte is ready to sign a major multi-fight deal with ESPN via Top Rank. Now, is this a good decision for his career? In my opinion, I believe it is not. I say that it is not for this reason. Tyson Fury has signed the big contract with ESPN already, even though your resume and your activity would show that you have been a more active fighter, you took on more difficult matches, and you've been through the fire a lot more, I'd say, physically, with activity in the ring and not through the fire as far as your out of the ring, you know, activities. So but him being a Matchroom guy and being with Eddie Hearn, him going over to ESPN, I kind of, if I'm thinking of it just being hypothetical, I would say that he feels as though ESPN being the big machine, having the 4.9 million followers, having the money machines they have behind them, always being on TV and being a part of their team, that means that they will push you to the front. They're going to promote you, but they're going to promote Tyson Fury that much more, being that Tyson Fury is their face of the heavyweight division. And right now, I would say that Dillian Whyte, you do talk a lot, you speak your mind. I respect everything you went through. 15 years old, having your first child, taking care of that, becoming a man, taking on a gladiator sport, and doing whatever you had to do to take care of your family. So I get it. You know what I'm saying? You about as blue collar as they come, and that's all good. But you're trying to get to the belt. You're the silver WBC holder. You know what I'm saying? And I don't really see that getting you closer to that WBC strap, considering that the WBC plays corrupt games. Even though we have organizing bodies for the WBA, WBC, IBO, IBF championships, they are playing corrupt games. Meaning that, how long has Dominic Breazeale been a mandatory? He's just now getting a mandatory because, you know, Tyson Fury backed out of that match. So they put Breazeale in his place. When rightfully, though, if you look off of the resume, the fighters that have been fought and things taking place, and you're ranking in the WBC, considering you're the silver strap holder, I would say that you have more of a claim to that mandatory position. It would be a better fight. It would be a bigger moneymaker for the PBC, and it would be a bigger epic event for boxing in a whole. Now, the fact that they aren't going with that is a problem for me. It's a problem for me because it shows the corruption with the PBC and what they're doing. They're doing things based off of, okay, we have one UK signer just signed a big deal. He's with Top Rank via Tyson Fury. Now, we have another UK fighter, which it seems like they're pretty much closing up the deal. They crossing their T's and dotting their I's. I have not gone into that because I haven't seen anything to say that it is successfully gone through. But we are pretty much at the finish line of that deal. So I'm going to go on and say this. Him being the number 2 of Tyson Fury getting an 80 million pound deal, 100 million, you know, US, give or take, that will make Tyson Fury their number one marquee item. So therefore the promotion will swing his way. ESPN having multiple platforms and multiple ways to get you out there. Yes, they will get you out there, but he's going to be premier. You're going to be second runner up. So trying to get you the Deontay Wilder fight, which I know that's a fight that you want very much. You want to be in championship contention. You want that main strap. You want that gold WBC belt around your waist. I don't know if Al Heyman and Bob Arum could, in the WBC in a whole, could put difference to the side. Because from what it seems to me, that they're trying to pacify Deontay Wilder and give him the fights that they feel that they view that he could win, per se, put him in tougher fights. And you know, he's the WBC champ. He's picking these, you know, they mandated him to fight Breazeale, but I'm sure that came off of what was coming out of his ear via the boxing voice, via, you know, that nuclear rant he went on Blue Blood Sports. And you know, I'm hard on Blue Blood Sports. That's because I'm hard on anybody that's biased. I'm hard on the boxing voice. I'm hard on Nestor Gibbs. I'm just hard on anybody that's biased. Now, if you take your personal agenda to the side and who's putting money in your pocket, and if you're just realistic, then I wouldn't be so hard on, you know, my verbal assaults on what people are doing inside of the boxing community. But I do respect you for getting the content out. I do respect you for bringing it to us, and I do respect you for giving me a key point to talk about on how he portrayed himself and what he wanted people to believe or believe in when he spoke. So for that reason right there, you know, I respect you, and you kept it humble. And I do kind of believe in just hearing the interview. You didn't really have too much to get off because he just continued to go on and on and on again. So thank you for getting the news out. And I've noticed that Nestor Gibbs is trying to get the fight done. And honestly, you know, I heard that Nestor Gibbs, if they reach a certain number of subscribers, that, you know, they will have their own show on the Zone. Please, God, bring Nestor Gibbs over to the Zone. I'm not the biggest Nestor Gibbs fan. I understand he does his job, but he only asks the controversial questions due to his own controversial interests. So therefore, he piggybacks and ride Deontay Wilder. I don't know if it's because he's American, I'm American, but I just read between the lines. You know what I'm saying? I believe between what's black and white. How many lies have the PBC and how many wild lies have Deontay Wilder's camp told, and how much of the truth that Eddie Hearn has been spilling, whether it is via social media, and he's talking about it, or whether it's various journalism outlets, or it's just, you know, through the news, period. Eddie Hearn's truth seems to stick, while you guys, it seems to fluctuate, and it constantly changes, and then the narrative just keeps reverberating and changing constantly over and over again. So Nessa Gibbs, if you come to the zone, I would be happy, because maybe that might change your position from him talking so bad on Anthony Joshua, because, and then he will speak truthfully about Anthony Joshua, because you know, there are quite a few contradictory issues and controversial issues that I have not touched on yet that I will, and I'm just waiting for him to get their foot. I'm, you know, waiting to catch them red-handed, foot in their mouth. I have on a couple things, and I've mentioned that, but I want to catch them red-handed, foot in their mouth, whether via a fight is going to happen between Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder, or a fight is not going to happen, because one side is putting in all of the work and the other side doesn't want to do it. Shelly Finkel is full of mess. He's not really trying to engage in dialect that's going to translate to a contract being signed by both fighters, and we can get them in the ring by 2020. I mean, how hard is this to do? But Shelly Finkel is constantly caught in lies, and if you hear him speaking recently, as he spoke via the boxing voice and everything else, everything has been done before December 16th, December 15th, I think, to be exact. Everything is about December 15th. But there's been so many more narratives since then that we have more to the story. And the fact that you can't backpedal in your lies, Stephen Espinoza has been caught in lies on Twitter, and everybody is scrambling because the marquee guys are signing deals, they're in fights, and Dillian Whyte wants to be marquee, and Deontay Wilder believes himself to be marquee, but he isn't necessarily marquee yet. Tyson Fury helped with that a little bit, but it can get a lot better. So, with that being said, everybody is scrambling. They see the threat that the zone possesses. They just don't have the subscribers right now. But do you mean to tell me, and this is the question that I'm asking, do you honestly believe that after the Anthony Joshua, Jarrell Miller, after Daniel Jacobs and Canelo fight, them signing Triple G, oh yeah, and more news, Vlad is about to sign a 3-fight deal with the zone that's worth upward of $40 million with equity and stake in the company, and with them getting Vladimir Klitschko. Do you honestly believe that they're going to be at 56K subscribers or 59K or whatever they're at right now? I haven't checked today. Do you believe that they're going to be there after these 3 fights that are really going to take place? I mean, after these fights, they're going to take place back to back to back. Because you got to remember, the Anthony $1 Million Crawler and Vasyl Lomachenko fight, that's taking place via Top Rank and the Zone. So you got Lomachenko Crawler, you got Canelo Jacobs, you have Big Baby Miller, and you have, of course, you have Big Baby Miller, and the One True King, AJ, you know what I'm saying? I always call him the One True King, you know, via, a lot of my metaphors are coming from movies. This is for my UK guys that can't really understand me. A lot of my metaphors come from movies, hip-hop, you know what I'm saying, hip-hop songs that I listen to, or other various songs, other various, you know, popular, iconic, you know, movies, and just movies and things like that, like whatever I'm into. So a lot of my metaphors come from that. So if you don't understand what I'm saying, I'm sorry. I'll do a lot better and, you know, elaborating on where I'm going with my metaphorical angles. So yeah, like I was saying, you know, so these guys have, the zone has so many big stable fights coming up at 1099. They'll be at several million followers before the end of the summer. If I'm speaking genuinely and hypothetically from my heart, I truly believe that, because there's no way you can have this stable of stars. Oh yeah, and they've already signed Triple G to an equity multi-million-dollar deal that I've already spoken on. So do you mean to tell me that you honestly believe they're not going to have these followers? So I believe that Dillian Whyte needs to wait it out because there's too much star power at the heavyweight division right now. Even though he needs to be there, the other guys did what they needed to do. I would say you've done more than Dillian. I mean, you've done way more than what Deontay Wilder needs to do, but the PBC, they pretty much, you know what I'm saying, training wheeled his whole career so that he could be at the point he's at right now, working with a fighter that only has one hand and loads up on one shot. And even though you have more tricks on your arsenal, even though you speak up and you speak genuinely, a lot of people are afraid of that. And a lot of businesses are afraid of that. But when ESPN takes you into the fold, they're going to want the bang for your buck. They're not going to want to sign you to a big deal and see you get knocked on your ass. And you're willing to go through the fire and take all of the toughest fights. So I would say stick it out with Matchroom and stick it out with Eddie Hearn, since you stayed with their promotion on a fight-to-fight basis and a free agent via your networks. I would just stay where I'm at, and I would just keep going through the emotions and then just wait, because after the smoke clears with these fights, you either up next for Deontay Wilder and you can push that issue via Eddie Hearn and Matchroom, or you're up next for the bigger promotion deal if you wait, if you just don't take any fight, but you take the right fight. I know that you're very smart. You manage your whole career. You do everything that you're supposed to do with your money, and you handle everything on your own. And that's a lot. And in any business, in anything in life, we need somebody. We need somebody else. We need people to do the work for us. I just don't think that ESPN might be the right move. Yes, they are, you know what I'm saying, the embryo of boxing. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you got to be smart. You got to understand where you're coming from, being the UK guy and breaking over this American market, man. Of course, they're going to want to keep their American star in power. And me being from America, I might not agree with that, because, yes, there is a paper champion in place here until I see him stepping up to fight Anthony Joshua. And until then, I'm not going to say otherwise. I will continue to say I respect his heart. I respect what he did for his child. I respect the money he's made to be able to take care of his family. But now it's time to put on. The bar has been set. The heavyweights are here. You know what I mean? They're presently in front of you, and like I said, man, the gift is, you know what I'm saying, the president is a gift. That's why we unwrap it every day, you know what I'm saying, via, you know what I'm saying, the Two Hands Up show. And damn, I just started it, you know what I'm saying? I might as well just call this joint the Mr. Two Hands Up show, or the Two Hands Up show, man. Y'all give me what y'all think about that. But anyway, man, Dillian Whyte, just wait on it, man. See what else is coming, because a big deal is coming your way, because the zone ain't playing no games. You know, the PBC will put you in limbo. And just think about the corruption in boxing in a whole, man. Because boxing itself, the business, the politics, is a Rubik's Cube that we all are seemingly trying to solve. And you know what I'm saying? I wish that I could be the Edward Snowden in this mix to, you know what I'm saying, so, you know, we could have all of the truth laid out on the table, and you can know what you need to do and what side of the pond, you know, you need to rest your head as far as, you know what I'm saying, business machines, as far as momentum is concerned. So just, you know, be patient. I see that you've been patient, man. Just wait, you know what I mean? Wait for the proper matchup, bro. And I really see that major payday coming your way via the zone, via somewhere else. I would even think about Queensberry before I thought about coming over to the American side of things, because as you have to remember that Tyson Fury, they just inked a major deal for him, so you can't be #1 in a situation where there's already a #1 guy there present, and he's been heavy in the media. So, man, this your man 3K the Boss. Hey, man, I couldn't give him a lot of spice. I couldn't get a lot of sauce this episode. This was strictly a breaking news joint, man. So I hope you all enjoyed it, man. This Mr. Two Hands Up. Fa, fa. You know what it is. AKA Boxing Gang Shang Tsung, snatching the souls of all those biased fakers out here. You know how we do it. Always 2 hands up, stronger than ever, no excuses. You know what it is. Let's go, man. And as we always end off this show, I would like to tell you, it costs you nothing to pay a nigga no mind. So be blessed, keep your honor intact, and respect.